Okay guys, little aftermath video for the Holdout 2. I mentioned that it did start to get some blade play when I was beating the crap out of it into that piece of wood. I also noticed that it was a little easier to open after that. It was easier to open and it was easier to disengage the lock. So what I did is took it apart, took the spring, which is basically a leaf spring. You can see that in any of my Cold Steel takedown videos, and put it in some channel locks and basically just kind of gave it more of a bend, and now there is no blade play. So I can only theorize that when it was hitting, it must have somehow, I don't know, I'm not sure, it somehow compromised that spring strength, I guess, and reduced it possibly, so that when it closed, yeah, the downward pressure wasn't enough to kind of keep it in place. I'm not sure. Maybe that's what it is, maybe it's something else, I'm not sure. Got the bend out of the blade, I believe, at least close enough. So yeah, pretty impressed with it. I still have reservations about the triad lock and back locks in general, and I don't know if it's just because the mechanism isn't in front of me quite as much, or, you know, I don't know. I just, something about the fact that I'm relying on this spring to kind of keep this engaged, because if that spring wasn't in there, I think you'd be able just to unlock it. That might be a good test, actually. I might have to do that. I'm kind of curious. I want to see if that spring isn't there and then you were to manually open it and engage the lock, would it stay engaged at that point, or would it pop out, and how much pressure would it take to make it pop out? But anyways, more importantly, let's see what sort of edge ability we've still got. I stropped this on just medium compound, probably 10 sides, or 10 times each side. So let's see what kind of sharpness we have. It's definitely, well, it's hard to tell with this yeah, it's not as clean as my last phone book paper. Yeah, not at all. In fact, it's hard to tell. This phone book paper, you can get some bad ones, and it's got like this crimping that's done, like up here. See that weird kind of texture up there? It's like when you hit that, it doesn't like it. So yeah, definitely not as sharp as it was, but I'm sure I could probably actually completely just strop it back. I think it must have maybe some little micro rolls, or it appears fine to me just with the naked eye. I don't see any damage, but it could have like maybe some little micro rolls in it, probably right here where I was doing the batoning. But yeah, pretty cool. So if you ever wanted to know if you could baton with a Cold Steel folder a little bit and have it still be functional, absolutely. And if you ever wanted to know if you could pound it through 2x4 and have it still be functional, yep. And you can actually have it fairly damn sharp after doing all that too. Alright guys, later.